What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be going over 5 smart things that you can do with your stimulus check. So I'm sure many of you know by now that we are all getting a stimulus check. Well, not all of us. If you earn over a certain amount of income, you will not be getting a stimulus check. Also, if you have any money that's due to the government or child support, you will not be getting a stimulus check. But the rest will be getting a $1,200 stimulus check per individual and $500 per child. So you got 2 people in the home, that's $2,400 that's coming your way. And it can come to you in multiple ways, either by direct deposit if you have already e-filed in 2018 or 2019, or if you have not, they will be mailing you out a check, in which case you will have to wait a little bit longer to get that. So I thought I'd put a quick video together on 5 smart ways that you can use that money once you get it, so that way you don't just blow it and then it's gone and it's like it never even existed. All right, smart decision number 1, and that's figuring out your needs versus your wants. Now, of course, a lot of you need this money right now. You need to pay your bills. You need to pay your mortgage, unless you've gotten forbearance, but you need to pay your electric bill. You need to pay your internet bill. All these things need paid. But then there's wants, like new shoes and ordering TVs online and going on Amazon to go shopping just because you're bored. Those things are wants, and you need to decipher between the two and make lists. And you want to focus right now just on your needs. Now look, if you're still having a problem trying to figure out your wants versus your needs, maybe think of it this way. Can I live without this for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 days? If the answer is yes, you can live without it, then it's probably just a want and not a need. And again, you're just going to want to focus on your needs right now, because if you go blow all this money on your wants, you're not going to have any money left over, and then you're going to wonder where it all went. I know it's fun to order all those things, but after a few weeks, you're going to have a bunch of Yeezy shoes and new jeans sitting around, and you're going to be hungry, and you can't eat either one of those. Well, you can try, but it probably won't be very good or nutritious. Now, the next smart thing you can do is save that money. Look, none of us know how long this is going to be. So you really need to be saving that money, especially if you do not have an emergency fund saved up, like I've been telling you guys throughout multiple videos. Please have an emergency fund, and that's why it's so important to have an emergency fund. Stack your emergency fund. You really need to have your emergency account saved up, but I'm not here to harp on that. If you do not have an emergency fund set up, you need to save as much of this money as you can, because again, this thing could extend out another month, 2 months, 3 months, and then what? So after you have purchased all of your needs, now you need to put the rest away for a rainy day fund. And what we might be looking at here is a rainy month fund. So again, start saving that money and putting it away, so that way you can be prepared for the future. If you lose your job, if your spouse loses their job, you have to plan for all this stuff and say, hey, if that were to happen, can I make it another 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks without any additional income? You really need to do the math on that. So the easiest way to do this is just calculate all of your needs for the month, multiply that times 3, and that'll give you how much money you need saved up for a 3-month emergency fund. Smart tip number 3 of what to do with this stimulus money: if all of your needs are covered and your emergency fund is covered, you can now start paying off some debt. If that $1,200 is just like a windfall to you, then put it towards some of that debt that you've been wanting to pay off, and pay it off earlier or put extra money towards it, whichever. Just go ahead and start paying off debt, because that can actually save you money and is a form of investing. So maybe not put it towards your mortgage right now, because we don't know what's going to be happening with that. But how about your interest rates on your student loans, credit cards, car payments, stuff like that? You can put this money towards that, and that's a guaranteed return on your investment. If you pay off debt early and it saves you money by not paying that additional interest, that's a ROI in my mind. And remember, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. So those things that you could start paying off earlier, make a list of those. So just real quick today, make a list of all of your outstanding debts, the interest amounts on those, and what would happen if you applied some of this money or all of this stimulus money towards them. How much money would it save you over the long run? And it really can add up, and it really can help you out saving towards your future. Now the 4th thing you can do with your money, and this is my favorite one once the other 3 are covered. My favorite one is invest in yourself. And you can do this in 1,000 different ways. You can do this from buying books, to buying seminars, to education, to starting your own business, to starting that side hustle you've always wanted to start. Look, right now is the perfect time to do that. We're in quarantine. Many of us don't have a lot to do, spending a lot of time on Netflix or playing video games or whatever you do in your pastime, scrolling through social media. Well, right now you could be spending that time educating yourself, and some of that money could be put towards that education. So I just think that investing in yourself is probably the best ROI out there available. Even if it's not as high as an investment in yourself, I just think feels better and it gives that ROI as well. Remember, an ROI does not just have to be monetary. It could just be also a feeling, or feeling better about yourself, or just doing some self-improvement. That's an ROI as well. So if you read one book that kind of blows your mind and helps you with something that you've been struggling with lately, that is an ROI in my mind, and maybe that book is $10 or $15 to you. A heck of an ROI if you ask me. So again, you can start investing in yourself right now. I think it's the perfect time to do so. And there's a lot of free information out there as well, YouTube and Google. Many of us have what I call a bachelor's degree in YouTube and Google now, because that's where we get a ton of our information. Anyway, that's how I learn. But I also do spend money from time to time. I'm very cognizant about it. I make sure I don't just buy each and every course from all these gurus. But if there's something I'm really interested in and I've done my research on it and it costs me a couple $100s to save me years of education, I will spend that money on that, because again, I think that's an ROI, a return on investment on myself, and it's self-improvement. So right now, guys, the fourth thing you can do with your money to be smart is invest in yourself. And finally, that brings us to our fifth and my final tip on using the stimulus money to better yourself, smart ways to use it. And the fifth one is investing, period. So let's say you already have a business, you've already got your needs covered, you already have your emergency fund covered, and your debts are paid off. Well, now you can invest in other things like the stock market with an IRA, an individual retirement account. You can buy individual stocks outside of a retirement account with a brokerage account. I know many of you watching this, and everybody now seems to have Robinhood on their phone. And Robinhood's fine. I need to do a whole video on this and why I don't think it's the best solution for everyone. But Robinhood is an app you can download and you can start buying some investments in stocks. Now, as many of you know, I do not advise on individual stocks. I do hold individual stocks myself, and I'll do a video on that soon on about which ones I hold and why. But I tell most people just focus on index funds, something that tracks the US S&P 500, and over time, you're going to average somewhere between 7 and 10%, depending on how the market does over the course of your investment period. But over the next 20, 30 years, that's what you should average. It's a good, decent return on a passive investment. And that's where you could start putting some of the stimulus money so that it could grow. And that will help you in the future. So yes, maybe you don't need the money now. Maybe you're all covered. You did well in your savings. You did well in your emergency fund. You did well by not having any debt. Good for you. You are the few, and I'm proud of you. But now you need to start working on your future goals financially and what you're going to do to reach those goals. And you could start right now with that $1,200 or $2,400 or $2,900 if you have a kid. That money could be used to help you reach financial freedom even earlier than what you may have been planning. And hey, everybody wants to be retired at 45, or at least have the ability to, and lay on a beach somewhere drinking cocktails. That's not a reality, by the way. Again, I need to do another video on that. Okay, so that wraps up my 5 smart ways of using that stimulus money. If you guys have another way or think of something even better, which I'm sure some of you could, then please comment them below in order to help everybody that may be watching this. So if you just finished watching this, go check the comments, because again, somebody may have a better way to use that money than I just mentioned here. Again, I know we are in crazy times right now. I know everybody's freaking out a little bit. That's why I'm kind of putting this video out there to help calm you down and help you make a plan for these uncertain times. I hate seeing people struggle, especially financially, but also, of course, I hope everybody's just healthy. That's the most important thing here. But if you're healthy and you are just trying to figure out how to manage your finances to get through this mess, I hope that my content's helping you do that. I put out daily content on my Instagram at TheFrugalInvestor, and over there I put out daily financial tips, walkthroughs of investments of houses that I'm flipping, stocks. I talk about it all over there every day and try to help people and educate them on better ways to use their money and finances. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and hit subscribe. That's how I get my content in front of more people so that I can educate more people, which is my main goal here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.